I want to begin with a question. Have you ever found yourself at a party, in a lecture hall, or with people and suddenly experienced a deep, painful feeling of isolation? You were not alone in a physical sense, but there was a feeling within you that you were disconnected. That is what we are explaining today. Nowadays, we frequently compare loneliness and solitude, despite the fact that they differ. Solitude is the voluntary experience of being alone, frequently provides a sense of peace, reflection, or clarity, a condition that can seem both restful and inventive. Whereas loneliness is an emotional state that arises from a sense of disconnection, not necessarily from the absence of people, but from the absence of meaningful connection. You can feel lonely in a crowded room if you don't feel seen, understood, or emotionally safe. The confusion happens because society often teaches us that being alone is undesirable. From a young age, we associate aloneness with rejection, failure, or social inadequacy. As a result, many people grow up fearing solitude and assume that all time spent alone is negative, when in fact, it can be deeply healing. Loneliness, on the other hand, is a subjective, emotional experience. When you're constantly performing or playing a role, the happy one, the strong one, the smart one, others may connect with your mask, but not with you. Over time, this creates an inner divide. You are known socially, but not emotionally. You are seen, but not felt. People feel lonely not because of a lack of relationships, but because they've lost touch with their own emotions, desires, or identity. Learning to suppress their feelings, judge their needs as too much, or prioritize others to the point of emotional numbness. When this happens, no amount of external connection feels satisfying, because the internal connection, the relationship with the self, is fractured. The more you abandon your authentic self, the more disconnected you feel from the world, even in company. Another layer to this problem is social media, providing the illusion of closeness, but not the depth our nervous systems require. You might receive dozens of messages a day, yet feel completely emotionally alone, because those interactions often lack vulnerability, presence, or real-time emotional exchange. This kind of overstimulated but undernourished social environment leaves many people feeling socially exhausted, but emotionally isolated. In essence, loneliness isn't the absence of people, it's the absence of being met where you truly are. It is the quiet suffering that arises when your inner world goes unseen, when your thoughts, feelings, and truth have nowhere safe to land. You can be in a room full of people, even loved by them, and still feel deeply alone if you're not known beneath the surface. We feel lonely when we can't show up as we are, when connection becomes performance, and when intimacy is replaced by interaction. At its core, loneliness is the ache for resonance, to be understood not just in words but in spirit. Until we are seen without having to explain, held without needing to shrink, we remain unknown, even in the arms of others.